Good morning. Well, it's about 1 in the morning. I'm going to do a video now on SSS. I've done the one on this version 57. So now I'm doing SSS version 32. Once again, I'm using a standard OBD2 cable with a serial port. If I put it under the light, you can see completely standard. It's a bit broken from the side, but nonetheless. And a standard serial port. Today we're in a E46 330D. So what we're going to do is we can start off by plugging the OBD2 port in. If I can find a socket. Okay, make sure it's in and make sure the green light is on. Okay, so we go to, make sure it's plugged in from the back. Okay, start off, we go to new session. Okay, it's already picked up the ops. Go on continue. Description, we can just put anything, doesn't matter, so I'll just put continue. Okay, it's gonna start, okay, we have to pick 3 series, E46. Okay, program session is being started. This is gonna take about 3-4 minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Here we go. A lot of people get confused between DIS and SSS. There's DIS version 44, which was the last one BMW had, which had diagnostics and coding built in. They then split it up at around 2005-2006 into DIS, which was only for diagnostics, and then they introduced SSS, which was only for coding. That's why you get some DISs that have coding built in, and then you get, like, the latest DIS version 57 has no coding feature. You have to do all the coding through SSS, which is obviously this program. That's why some people get confused. But yeah. Just trying to think of what else I can say, as this takes a while. SSS, you can do all sorts of like beeps when you lock the car. You know, windows going down. Stuff like that. So little features that you never get told about at the dealership or stuff like that. It will work up to cars up to 2009, 2008. To be honest, as long as you have an OBD2 port, 16 pin under the dash, like in the E46, or you can use it with the 20 pin port under the bonnet. I mean, to be honest, I've slowly stopped selling version 44 now, and I'll only be selling version 57. Version 44 is a little bit, not tricky to set up, but it's a bit more long-winded than version 57. Version 57 is a bit more straightforward now. I've made up the machines, so you just need to copy and paste them across, and type in some numbers, install a couple of programs, and you're sorted. Version 44, you have to, install everything yourself. Oh, I wasn't even looking at the screen. Okay, so we go to continue. if I cover up the last bit of my chassis number with my thumb, as you can see it's picked up my chassis number, but I won't show all of it. Okay. Right, it depends what you want to do. If you want to, most people want to play around with the car key memory settings, so I'll just go, I'm not gonna change my settings I already have, but I'll show you the options and stuff like that and how you do it. So you just go into CKM. I mean, I've already done all my little features that I wanted to do. It starts doing, looking at the settings that are already there. So it's a lot nicer to use this than this. As you can see, it's a much nicer interface to have. Yeah, it's nice and colourful, and the buttons are easier to use. If you get what I mean, if you use this and then you use SSS, you'll know what I meant by the last comment. So it's just a little bit cold in the car. It's pretty cold outside. Setting up SSS, it's pretty straightforward. There was a little bit of a niggle with the first batch that went out. That's been sorted out now. Well, to be honest, there was an issue with the batch that went out with this version 57. But that had to do with more with extraction of the files that were corrupt. Lots of people were asking for this version 57, and I still wanted to try it out before I started selling it. But seems okay now. It's a lot nicer to have this in your house than Inpa, especially if you want to do coding. Like people with Z4, you can get the roof down. As you purchase the car, if you hold the unlock button, the roof comes down. Okay, that's your car settings. So they're by default. And then key 1, key 2, key 3, key 4. If you have two keys, obviously one is key 1, one is key 2. So for instance, I would have key 1, my brother may have key 2, or your wife may have key 2. You can have different settings for each person. Okay. Should we go to acoustic warnings? Ignition key warning. Furnace flaps. What else is there? What else do people like to do? Windshield wipers. Lighting. Daytime running lights. Anyone? Where is it? There, daytime running lights. I've got mine active. I like having them on. People can see me on the motorway a bit clearer. And low sunlight, stuff like that. If I go to park distance control audio video, I've never been in there. Key specific set of audio. Oh yeah, if you click on, actually I'll show you a bit clearer. For instance, any Muslims out there, if I click on the Mecca indicator, you'll have an indicator towards Mecca, the direction, which I guess is useful for Muslims. Okay, this video is getting a little bit long now, then it becomes a pain to edit it and put it on YouTube. Visual arming for the lighting. I'm gonna end that. I don't want to change anything because it'll start coding and then it becomes a pain. You can always go into load software or vehicle. I've never really ventured outside of car key memory, if I'm being brutally honest. But I'm going to bring this to an end now. Oh no. Okay, I accidentally clicked. Well, should we just see where this takes us? I can always cut the video. I think this takes us into the vehicle modules. Ah, yes, another good point. Retrofit. People who retrofit, you know, things like electric wing mirrors. If you don't have them factory fitted, if you purchase them off eBay, you can use SSS to retrofit them and code them onto the car, and then you can have them coded to your car key. So if you lock the car, the wing mirrors will come in. Stuff like that. What else can you retrofit? Wing mirrors. Bluetooth. I don't think you need coding for Bluetooth. Oh, this also does coding for all other modules like the ballast for the xenon and stuff like that. Basically, it does all the it does all the coding, just like a dealership, as this is dealer software. And you don't need one of those expensive interface cables either. The GT1 boxes, the yellow ones, which are about £400 or £500 for a copy one from China. But okay, I'm gonna get this to the end and then finish this off. But as you can see, that's SSS in action. My other YouTube is this in action. Obviously the software can be purchased off eBay from BMWTEQ. Installation, it will come along with this. You can't buy SSS on its own. So yeah, I'm gonna end this. If you want to have a quick list, vehicle order, service function, service measures, complete encoding. You can actually also change your car, so it changes the ECU to like Canada or Australia spec, and that can reveal some more features. Stuff like the daytime running lights are the side lights, not the xenons, something like that. I haven't done a lot of research into it, but you can change the ECU, stuff like that. But BMWTEQ will not be held responsible if you brick your ECU. Let's just make that clear. If you don't know what you're doing with coding, I highly recommend you don't mess around, or you only go as far as this video. If you're playing with the car key memory options, you can't really go wrong. If you start heading into the ECU and doing proper coding, just make sure you know what you're doing. That's my only warning. Okay, thank you very much, and the best of luck.